Welcome, Slot Car Nation. It is that time. It is that time to spend a few moments today with Stingray Johnny, and we're going to look at some slot cars, and I'm going to give you a really good tip today, or a trick, whatever you want to call it. It's a tip slash trick, and it's very simple, and it will probably really benefit you. Maybe, but we will find out. So what are we looking at for cars today? What are we looking at for cars today? Well, we're going to look at some Can-Am cars, Can-Am and Formula One. And I'm going to start out with this one. This one I actually bought from Buzzarama. It's a brand new car. I don't know how many of you know what Buzzarama was. Buzzarama was a very long time slot car racing place to race in New York. And it was there for decades, and it was a very cool place. I never got to go there, but it closed up shop a couple of years ago, and but it's very well known in the slot car world. One of the things about this car, now this car is not a tremendously expensive car, and let me tell you something about the front of these cars. A lot of times this little front edge will be broken, and there's a very good reason for that. There's different types of tires for the front of AFX cars. Now these happen to be the skinny tires. Okay, the skinny tires are wider. They have a larger diameter, and what happens is when you race them down the track, it keeps that front end. They made these cars a little too low, in my opinion, and the cars come down the track and they hit the edges of the rails and stuff, and then they break. But if you put the right tires on, if you put their tires that were supposed to come on the car, these nice skinny AFX ones that say Goodyear on them, they're big enough, and then you can race your cars without breaking this front spoiler, because breaking your cars is really not fun. So I hope that was a little tip for you, but that's not what we're going to talk about for tips. The tip comes later. Anyways, another tip I want, or not a tip, but something I want to tell you about these cars is these cars originally did come with the L&M spoiler. And I know there's a lot of them out there that do not. It does not say L&M. I think they might have been a later version. I'm not really sure, but the real version is the one with the L&M sticker on it, and that's this car. These cars are not tremendously expensive. I don't think I paid a whole lot for this, and again, it's actually a little tarnished. But this came from Buzzarama as a new body, all in tissue paper. I bought that a couple years ago. I bought a bunch of cars from Buzzarama when they closed down. He had a absolute gold mine of cars that they were selling. I'm gonna hold on. We got another piece of track here. Okay. So, well, I probably ain't even going to need it, because that's the only car that I have. I was going to set the cars on track, but actually I'm going to do this one next. So this is a number 15 Ferrari 612 Can-Am. This car is blue, and what does that tell you, friends? It tells you that it's really fragile. You probably would be well suited, if you have one of these, not to take the body off the car. not even to run it. That's why this one's in a box. I keep this one in a box. What happens is when you say you want to oil it or you want to clean it or whatever, you want to take the body off. Well, you go to grab the side of it and you pull a little bit and it snaps the whole side of the car off. Want to know how I know? Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. I'll show you something. I don't know if I can find it. It's oh, here we go. And I know this is a slightly different model, but yeah, this is what happens when you try to, you know. And I was very gentle. I mean, I just pulled it out a little bit, and the whole side of the car snapped off. The plastic, the blue plastic, for some reason, was very. It was fine in the beginning. It seems like. I mean, I don't ever remember breaking any of these cars way back when, but you know, they're old now. They're 45 years old, and the plastic has become very brittle, and they do break. So this is my blue one. I do not race. I'd love to race this, but you know, there's no way to really maintain the car, oil it, or anything, unless you take the body off, and I just don't plan on doing that. I think I'm just going to leave this one alone. You want to know what's really funny? I was digging in a box, you know, to look at cars to show you guys. Say, I didn't even know I had this one. I didn't know I had that. So that's the blue Can-Am. The next one I'm going to show you is going to be this one. No, I'm going to do this one. Somebody asked me about this. Now, this is not a Can-Am, but somebody asked me about this. They asked if I had a 6-wheel Elf, and yes, I have 2 of them actually. And this is one of them, and I know the box is a little dirty. This just sits in a. I have like boxes of cars that, you know, like 100 cars in a box, 50 cars in a box, and they just sit there for years and years, collecting dust. But this is my 6-wheel Elf car. Again, these are blue. And you know what? If you buy one of these, I would absolutely recommend that you buy it on the chassis and that you don't take it off, because you could end up with this same situation like this, and you don't want to do that. So this, again, for me anyways, is just a collector car. I do know there are people who actually race these. I personally think it's crazy, but that's okay that they race theirs, because every one they break makes mine more rare, and it makes it worth more money. And I'll tell you one other thing. It does seem like these cars have actually dropped a little in value lately. They used to be like $200. Now I see them cheaper. But you know what? They are fragile. They're going to break, and people are going to be. Oh, geez! Now what happened? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm having a technical difficulty. Hold on. But I promise I'll get it under control. The next car I'm going to show you is another Can-Am, and I don't want to show you the front of it. Actually, I will show you the front of it. It's not broken. Maybe the box is broken a little bit here, but the front is mint. The car is in very, very good condition. I mean, a lot of times the decals are kind of messed up, but the decals are very good on this car. The whole car, it has a little bit on this edge down here, but good luck finding something better. And yeah, I know the decal's a little bit crooked, but these cars are pretty rare. These lemon yellow ones, they're very hard to get, and they're very expensive if you want them. It's funny because it seems like a lot of people wouldn't call these one of their favorites, so they don't want to spend the money. But usually, if you want one that's not broken in the front and you want one that's got pretty nice decals, you're probably looking at close to $200 for one of these. and you better be in the right place at the right time, which that's what happened to me. I was in the right place at the right time when I just popped on eBay one night, and it was selling in like 5 minutes. Like, oh my God, I want it. The last Can-Am car I'm going to show you today is another one that's pretty rare. I think this is more rare than the other one, and this is the white one with the green and blue stripes. And again, Stingray Johnny's version isn't broken in front, because I don't like to buy cars that are beat up. I like to buy nice cars, and I don't race this. I don't race any of these cars. All the cars I just showed you today just sit in these boxes. They don't even sit on a shelf. They sit in a box in the darkness, because you know another thing too. The cars that are white, if you want them to stay white, you got to keep them out of the sunlight. So I try to do that as much as possible. But yeah, this is my white one with the green and blue stripes, and I'm very fond of this car. I like them all, actually. All right, my friends. So I have a tip. I have a tip for you today. A tip and a trick. I mean, it's kind of one and the same. And it has to do somewhat with super glue, but not altogether. When you have big bottles of super glue, I know this tip looks pretty beat. You can buy these tips, okay? I think you can buy them on Amazon. They're just little like super glue tips, okay? And you know, basically you put them, you know, on the end of your super glue. And what the nice thing about these is, you don't even have to put a cover on. This little thing is so thin. What happens is you squeeze the glue down it, and then once you're done, it kind of goes back down in, and you don't even have to put a cap on your super glue when you use these. Now, each time you use it, the very end will kind of get clogged up. But I mean, we're just talking like just the very, very end, just like an 1/8 inch of it or something. And not even an 1/8 inch. I mean, like a 1/16 of an inch. So you'll feel it. You want to trim that off. But look how long this is. You can just trim it and 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 trim it. These things are absolutely fantastic. They keep your super glue from getting all clogged up. They keep it so you don't even have to use a tip. Or a cap, but guess what? You can use these for something else even better. That isn't. See, you thought you were done. You thought that was the tip and the trick for the day, wasn't it? But it's not. It's not. And before I tell you what it is, I do want to beg you and plead you and get on my hands and knees and say, I'm really trying to get more subscribers. I've noticed that we are getting a few more this week, but it's very hard. The amount of people who subscribe to slot car channels is much less than if I was doing some kind of other channel like exercise and fitness or some sports team or something. I mean, they get like millions of subscribers, or at least thousands. I'm just trying to get, my overall goal would be to get 1,000, but right now I'm just trying to get to 500, and I still need about 100 to go. So if you could please subscribe to the channel. If you go look through my videos, you're going to find some really good stuff that will really help you. In fact, today's video is really going to help you. I want to tell you, I don't want to waste too much more of your time today. So I want to get to this. So you can take these super glue tips and you can use them on oil bottles. Now, what the heck did I do with my, oh, it's right here. Okay. Why would you want to do that? Well, I'm going to tell you. First of all, and your results may vary, but I don't even need to keep a cap on this, and it doesn't leak. So that's always nice, because these caps always get lost. Well, I find that you don't even need a cap. I can lay this down, and it just doesn't leak. I think it just, I don't know, it sucks the oil back or something. And like I said, maybe you'll find that yours doesn't work the same way. But anyways, what I did was this. I took the end here and I cut it down a lot, as you can see. I cut most of the end off. And then I put it on my oiler really well. And the thing is, why did I do that? Well, here. This little, we'll call it a tube for lack of a better word, is metal, okay? All right? And you can't see the oil coming down it. Now, that's all well and good in a situation where you don't need to. Like if you're you know, oiling back here and back here and back here, and don't forget, there's a hole right under this axle, like right in the middle here, and that's the bottom side of the gear post, the little pin, and you want to keep that oiled. You always want to. I just squeeze a little right there, you know, right in the center there, and it'll run down in there, you know. And you don't want to do tons of it, but you want to do just enough where you think it'll run down in there and keep that oiled. And obviously you want to oil your front axles. Looks like I need a tire on this car. By the way, I like this car a lot. I love this car. But you don't need this for any of those. What you need this for is this hole right here. And the thing is, why is that? Because it's clear. Because if I squeeze this, you can see the oil coming down. And when you get just a little drop of it, look how little that was. Just a little drop. It's a lot less, and I could have done less, but that's honestly, that's almost nothing. I mean, I think in the camera it almost looks like it's more than it is. But the big trick is, like I said, you can see it coming down, so you know how much pressure to put to just get a little tiny bit. Let me try it one more time. We'll see if I can even get a little bit less. We'll see if I can. Okay. Yeah. I mean, because what happens is that people do their oil here, right here, and they flood the thing. It's hard. You want to use a thin oil, and you know you squeeze the metal tube, and you don't know how much you're squeezing it because you can't see it coming down the metal tube. Well, go get yourself some of these super glue things, and not only use them on your super glue, but use it on this, and you can just squeeze it down, and you can watch it. You can watch it come right down there. I don't know if you can see that. And you can hit it with just a tiny amount of oil. People, not only with your super glue, but also with your oil, it will change your life. Because what happens is, if you put too much oil, it basically fouls out your brushes. And yes, you can, you know, clean them. You can take some guys take a soldering gun and they heat them up and try to burn up that oil. But you don't want too much oil. If you get too much oil in this little hole, it gets all over your commutator, it gets all over your brushes, and then your cars run like crap, and then you got to take them apart and fix them. So if you're going to do anything that I've told you to do in all my videos, do this one. All right, my friends, go subscribe to my channel and tell me how much you love me. And I am going to let you go. I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments section, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.